and they clank around, and they're more ceremonial. So we'll leave them there for now. So at this point, do we have Elder Bryant Paull in the gallery to deliver the prayer? No? Okay, then what we will do we have Chief LeBrun here? I don't think so. Is Chief LeBrun coming to the meeting? Do you know? Okay, then I'd like, Ron, maybe you could give me the high sign when they're both here, and then we'll just skip back to that, and we'll get that business done. So at this point, do we have Judge Mulder here? So does it then fall to the city manager to administer the oath of office to the newly elected officials and the code of conduct?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So if you
Sorry,
could,
we have a slight point of order, I believe. Don't we have to okay our minutes before going on our meeting?
no, I don't believe that we're doing that at this meeting. So the next item then is for the oath of office to the newly elected officials, and the first would be to myself. So I'm going to vacate this microphone and come around, I guess, that side, and we'll do the oath of office with the city manager. So I'm going to now read is that microphone live? My oath of office. I, Ron Paull, do solemnly affirm as mayor of the city of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of the office of mayor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity. And this is affirmed by myself in front of the city manager, and I will be doing a signing here right now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. See, being a retired municipal clerk, I always make sure that I put the pens back. So there we go. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And if Councillor Scott Elliott could join me, the councillors will be done in alphabetical order based on the last name.
Thank you.
I, Scott Elliott, do swear as Councillor for the City of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of office of Councillor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity.
Councillor Tony Goulet, please.
So thank you. I, Tony Goulet, do swear solemnly affirm as councillor for the City of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of the office of councillor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity.
Thank you, Councillor. Next, Councillor Debra McKelvie.
I, Debra McKelvie, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the City of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of the office of councillor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Laurey-Anne Roodenburg.
Thank you. I, Laurey-Anne Roodenburg, do solemnly affirm as councillor for the City of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of the office of councillor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity. I missed the word fiduciary.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Martin Runge, come on up. And Councillor Mitch Vick.
I, Mitch Vick, do solemnly affirm as Councillor for the City of Quesnel that I shall perform the duties of the office of Councillor respectfully, faithfully, and with integrity.
Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you, City Manager. Well done for your first time. You're hired. So before we move on to the Mayor's inaugural address, I am told that we do have our representatives here from LHTAKO DENE. The next one on the agenda, if I could have Elder Bryant Paull come up and deliver a prayer to the podium. Is that correct? There we go. Thank you. And you should find a microphone there. Okay? Excuse me, we're just going to turn on the microphone.
I'd like to welcome everyone here to the LHTAKO DENE Nation, the new council. Thank you very much. My name is Bryant Paull. I'm from the LHTAKO DENE Nation. I'm an elder of the LHTAKO DENE Nation. I pray that we could all work in a good way, that nothing happens. We'll work towards City Council, LHTAKO DENE Nation. And I'd like to welcome all the new councillors, Ron Paull as mayor, no relation. That we work in a good way on the LHTAKO DENE Nation. Thank you for asking me to be here. Thank you.
And thank you for that, Brian. That's very special. And now do we have a speech or a welcome from Chief LeBrun? No? Okay. Well, but 1 out of 2 isn't bad. Thank you for that. Okay, so I guess it's time now for my inaugural address. And I'd like to start with a quote from the late Martin Luther King Jr. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Welcome, dignitaries, guests, colleagues, families, and friends of our respective campaigns. Thank you for being with us today. I would like just to take a moment. I wasn't going to do introductions, but I have a bit of a list here that I was presented to with staff, and I'm happy to see that we have a quorum actually for our joint advisory committee, because we have 3 of our regional district colleagues in attendance: Director Mary Schustrom, Director Jim Glassford, and Director John Massier. So thanks for coming out. And I'd also like to recognize that we do have at least 2, I guess, school trustee-elects in the audience. And I don't know if we've got more, but I'll recognize them. And I also want to take a moment to recognize our dear friend Therese, who came all the way from Switzerland just for this. So thank you, Therese. Actually, she was here anyhow, but thank you, Therese, for being here with us tonight. I also wish to extend a huge and hearty thank you to all the candidates who so unselfishly put their names forward for election. So many names on the ballot paper are a true sign of a strong and healthy spirit of care and concern for our great community. And that reminds us to appreciate and celebrate our democracy and our freedoms. No wonder we live in the best place on earth. Welcome back to all, and I put the all in capital letters, all incumbent councillors. As an incoming council, we're fortunate to have what is really a head start in knowing one another and knowing where we stand on the myriad of issues and opportunities that await us. And a special welcome to our team goes out to our only new councillor, Deb McKelvie. And let's thank Debra's voters for helping her double our gender equity quotient. That's girl power. Thank you and welcome, Deb. And last, but certainly not least, our hearty appreciation to outgoing Mayor Bob Simpson for his past 8 years at the helm, and lots of other political activity before that. Now that we're duly elected by the people, we owe them our unfailing responsibility of deliberating, deciding, and delivering for the overall good and betterment of our community. As we solemnly affirm our oath of office and sign on to our code of conduct, we're reminded of the hope, the trust, and confidence entrusted to us by our citizens. In my campaign, I highlighted 20 issues. I'm not going to keep us here all night in reviewing them. Council will soon be bringing their issues to the table, and together we'll sort through them to collaboratively construct a strategic plan that will lead us onward and upward through our coming term. It has been said, and I believe rightfully so, that this was the most important election in recent memory for Quesnel. I recently, albeit jokingly, reminded a couple of our past mayors how easy they had it in their time, when potholes, snow removal, and barking dogs were top of agenda for them. Past campaigns for me were mainly focused on spending. Pretty simple. The more we spend, the more we tax. Sorry, I just lost my place there just for 1 minute. Inflation, global economic uncertainty, and climate change pressure on our industrial tax base are all making spending and inherent taxation an even more pressing issue. Emerging societal issues are competing for the lead today. Taking over our agenda are a conglomeration of complex societal issues rooted, to a large part, in the illicit drug trade. Crime, street disorder, vagrancy, violence, vandalism, addiction, mental health, public safety, homelessness, and associated need for different levels of supportive housing are all interconnected in need of our immediate care and attention. We, not just council, we as a community must not be afraid to openly discuss and share ideas together for outside-the-box solutions. We must seek effective yet compassionate solutions. As well, there is so much to be shared with and gleaned from other communities, even other countries. We are not alone. We must learn from and help each other. I am certain that the aforementioned conglomeration of complex societal issues are key to many inaugural addresses being delivered around the province this very day and mainly at this very moment. We are not alone. For me, it's the optimistic side of Quesnel's coin that shines brightest. I'm excited about our opportunity to finally bring the Highway 97 interconnector to official project status, which will pave the way for us to reclaim our naturally beautiful downtown as a people place rather than a loud and dirty provincial highway. We've been chasing the dream of reclaiming our downtown for 50 years when Alec Fraser was the first mayor. And I remember that well because I was on the North Star interchange when Alec Fraser and Seal Tingley cut the ribbon. And the reason that I was paying attention was because they had my scissors. So on the interconnector, let's get that done. I'm also optimistic that we will soon see our community forest become a working reality. Let's get this one done too. We have much work and advocating ahead of us on the forestry front, particularly when it comes to fiber supply and timber allocation. I'm excited too that we will soon welcome hockey fans to next year's Koi Cup Championships, hosted by our own hometown Roos, who, by the way, overcame a 3-goal deficit to win 8-7 in double overtime against our neighboring rivals, the Williams Lake Stampeders, in front of a packed house at the West Fraser Centre on Saturday night. Quite a game. Go, Roos, go. And in time for the Koi Cup, I'll be pushing for those Roos banners to be on permanent display where they belong, proudly hanging from the rafters of West Fraser Centre. We're excited to be hosting the 2024 edition of the BC Winter Games, as well as next spring's Minerals North Conference and Exposition. And we're only 5 years away, yes, 5 years away, from Quesnel's 100th birthday in 2028. These and other coming events encourage us to shine an even brighter light on the value of our volunteers. And while on the subject of events and celebrations, I'd like to bring back our annual multicultural festival and feast involving our First Nations neighbors and our various cultural communities. It would be such fun. Regarding the city's mandate, the vaccine mandate, I have no comment on this matter because it is before the courts, but I do wish to say that I should be able to have, in fact, I must be able to have access to my mailbox and my mayor's office, which is behind that wall. So I'm very, very anxious to see the mandates and COVID behind us. That concludes my my inaugural address. I'd like to now, before we, just looking, where's my, don't we have a council roundtable on that? Or is that later? I thought I saw it on an earlier, on an earlier version of the agenda. It's there, and it's time now for that. So I will open up the floor to any comments from any of my council colleagues. Councillor Vic.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm just going to be brief. I'm going to state that I'm very proud to be here with my colleagues again, every single one of them, and I welcome Deb. I think we're going to get some good work done in this term. I'm looking forward to that work. We certainly have some challenges pertaining to our complex social issues that we're going to have to face here, many of which are really out of our purview, but it's funny how we're compelled to face them nonetheless. And I believe the community is expecting us to deliver on solving some of those issues as quickly as we can. Regarding our finances and whatnot, our need to keep our eye on the ball with regards to our pressing infrastructure needs, such as our landfill, our water. We have to keep our eye on the ball and continue to be cognizant that those investments must be made. And I'll just close and say that I'm very, very hopeful, and I'm glad to hear you use the word optimism, Mr. Mayor, because I think there are far more points of optimism in our community than not. And that will be our guiding light. So thank you, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, Councillor Vic. Councillor Roodenburg.
Sure, thank you. So I can remember sitting here my first term, and I can remember the permagrin I had on my face this evening. And I still have that smile, although it's a little more learned, let's just say. After a couple terms here, it's still smiling, but it's learned. So what can I say but thank you? Here's to the opportunity to continue to move our community forward, to being an innovative, forward-thinking community that values our partnerships with First Nations and other levels of government. I look forward to being part of a council who values the work that has been done and to continue moving forward, working with our community partners to create a place that everyone can be proud to call home. Here's to the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roodenburg. Councillor Runge?
Yes, thank you. And, once again, thank you everyone for being here. And just in addition to the regional district, I do also want to thank the LHTAKO DENE Council for coming here and supporting us today. Thank you. As a re-elected councillor, I always have to remember that we're here as a collective body. We're here hopefully with some visionary inputs to make this community a better place. We have to be accountable to our elected, to all the people that elected us. And we have to remember that we always, whenever we make a decision, we do it with a purpose, that we fulfill our promise to make Quesnel a better place. Welcome all councillors. Welcome, Deb. And congratulations in your new role there, Ron. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Runge. I'm going to start on the outside with Councillor Scott Elliott.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and a special thank you to all the candidates that threw their hat in the ring. It really does mean a lot, and we had a lot of people that stepped up. It's not an easy thing to do. Everyone gets nervous, but it's great to have that many voices out there. Thank you very much to the new council. Well, not so new, but to Deb especially for being here and putting her name forward. We're a transitioning community. There's no doubt about it. We've been working hard on this for a number of years now. I really look forward to digging back into a lot of our initiatives. I won't get into all of them right now, but I really want to recognize the hard work that we've done in collaboration with the First Nations. If you look around this room right now, there has been some hard work done. There's no doubt about it. If you look around the city, you can see some things that are coming together. LHTAKO DENE Park is one of them. The event center out here in the pavilion will be amazing as well. So I look forward to that collaboration as we're continuing to go forward. Just thanks so much, I guess, really to all the people that voted too. Okay, it took 5 minutes to get in there and actually do it. I'm still extremely disappointed with the amount of numbers that came out. I think it's a little embarrassing at about 30%, but it seems to be consistent. Let's get to work on behalf of the city and just keep moving forward. We've got a great team here and I think a lot of potential. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Elliott. Councillor Tony Goulet.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And again, thank you. There's no words, I guess, that can explain this for me, winning a double election as well. I think I'm quite proud. I actually was going to do a jig when I was signing my oath of office, but I might do that now as I'm done. I think that's a way to show my gratitude and my appreciation. That it's very humbling for me to do that. It's just myself. Thank you to the community who cast a vote. As Scott said, we have a great team here. We have a welcome to Debbie, who's joining us, and a great team here. I think we're going to move forward in a very, very great way and move our city and keep our city going with that momentum and where we were, especially with our collaboration with the Indigenous community. And thank you, members of the LHTAKO, for coming out. Appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. It shows. It's really appreciative, especially for myself. So I'm just not sure. There's just no words. Just a big thank you. I'm going to get up now and just do a quick jig for you because I just think I have to.
Thank you, Councillor Goulet. I wasn't expecting that, but it was great. And our newest councillor, Deb McKelvie.
Thank you, Mayor Paull. Well, that's a hard act to follow, Tony. I just want to say that I'm looking forward to working on council with Mayor Paull and my fellow councillors, and I want to thank the community for the opportunity to represent you, the people, who elected me. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. You're already promoted to Director. Thank you, Councillor McKelvie. Okay, I'm going to put my cheaters on here because the next item on the agenda is the appointment of, or pardon me, the committee, council committees and appointments. And so I'm going to read through this, and just to help me here, staff, do we need a motion for each individual committee, or can we, I know that there's a motion required for the regional district, but for all of our internal committees and appointments, can that be done by one resolution, or is it done by multiple resolutions?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We typically do that with a motion for each resolution.
Well, we will remain typical.
Thank you.
Okay, acting mayor schedule for January to June, Councillor Vick, and July to December, Councillor Elliott. So do we need a motion for that?
So moved.
So moved by Councillor Roodenburg, seconded by Councillor Tony Goulet. Any opposition, any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Next is acting mayor schedule July to December, Councillor Elliott. Motion, please.
So moved.
Councillor Roodenburg and Councillor Vick. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried unanimously. The next is and I just mentioned here that normally you would see that there's an executive committee. I'd like to try to, and we'll discuss this later, to move ahead without an executive committee and see if we can't refer items that would traditionally have gone to executive either directly to council or to another committee or to a closed meeting of council as may be necessary. So for financial sustainability and audit, which is fondly known as FSAC, I have Councillor Vick as chair and members as Councillor Elliott and McKelvie. And I'm not going to read, I don't need to read the staff. So I'd like to have a motion on that if I could. Councillor Vick, Councillor Runge. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, the next one is PABCOM, which is the Policy and Bylaws Committee. I have Councillor Runge as the chair and Councillors Goulet and Roodenburg as the members. Okay, so Councillor Scott Elliott is moving and Councillor Vick is seconding. Any opposition, any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Public Safety and Policing, PSP. And I'm told that the mayor traditionally or by bylaw or by policy is needed to be the chair of that. So, but I do have Councillors McKelvie and Vick as members of that committee. Councillor Runge, Councillor Goulet, discussion, all in favor? Carried. Select committees. I would like to act as the chair of the Airport Advisory Committee. Do we need a motion for that? Okay, I'm told that we need a motion for that. So, do I have a Councillor Roodenburg, Councillor McKelvie? Any discussion? Opposed? In favor? Opposed? Carried. External committees. Or pardon me. Yeah, that's right. Next one is external committees. And I would like to tackle the chair, or pardon me, be the primary representative to the regional district, with my alternate being a very experienced Councillor Roodenburg. So could I have a motion for that, please? Councillor Runge, Councillor Vick, discussion, in favor, opposed, carried. Thank you. Northern Development Initiative Trust. And again, I'd like to sit on that one with my alternate as Councillor Elliott. Motion. Councillor Roodenburg. Councillor Elliott. Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. The next one is the Air Quality Roundtable. And it says interim, and I need to discuss that with staff, all what that involves. But I've been squawking about air quality for a long time, so I guess I deserve to have my name attached to that one. So are we okay with Councillor Elliott and Councillor Roodenburg? Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Community Connections, Councillor Roodenburg. Councillor Elliott? Councillor, I think I saw you wink there, Councillor Vic. And so discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. Municipal Insurance Association of BC. That's what MIABC stands for. And I'd like Councillor Roodenburg to continue on with that. So a motion there. Councillor Tony Goulet, Councillor Runge. Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. Liaison appointments. Business Improvement Associations. Councillor Runge. Councillor Elliott, Councillor Vic. Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. Museum and Heritage, and this is one that I'm bringing back, and I really have a passion for this one. So, and I am a member of the Friends of the Museum, so and that's certainly not a conflict of interest. So I'd like a motion on that one, please. Councillor Roodenburg, Councillor Runge. Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. The next one is, sorry, I missed Chamber of, did I miss Business? I missed Business Improvement Association.
You just need the chamber.
Oh, okay, I'm going backwards here. North Cariboo Seniors Council, Councillor Vic. Okay, Councillor Roodenburg is moving, and Councillor Runge is seconding. Discussion? Opposed? Carried? Opposed? Carried? Oh, in favor, carried, and opposed. I'll get this down. This is my first time, so please bear with me.
Mr. Mayor?
I've done all of the liaison.
Mr. Mayor, we do have to do a vote on the Chamber of Commerce, though. We passed over that one.
Do we have a mover and a shaker on that?
Sure. I'll move Councillor
Okay, so Councillor Elliott, Councillor Vic. This is for the Chamber of Commerce with Councillor Roodenburg. Any discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. So does that mean we're done for the liaison appointments? The next one is initiatives. And I believe that this is the first time that we've ever had a council member named to an Indigenous relations portfolio. And I'm really happy that Councillor Roodenburg has consented to this appointment. But I do need a motion to ratify that. So Councillor Vic, Councillor Runge, discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. Volunteer recognition. And again, I'd like to take this one on, being involved with volunteers for most of my life. So I'd like a motion on that one. Councillor Vic, Councillor McKelvie, I'll get your name right, yeah. Any discussion? Approved, or pardon me, in favor? And opposed? Nobody. So we're going to have that one carried. The next one is housing, and Councillor Elliott / Councillor Roodenburg. You guys can sort out who's going to sort of lead that one. So I'd like a motion there. Councillor Runge, Councillor Goulet moves and seconded. And so any discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried. And Assembly and Inclusion Stakeholder Meeting, Councillor Runge. And this is basically a repeat of what we've done before. So Councillor Roodenburg, Councillor Vic. Discussion? In favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. So thank you for that. Oh, and before I leave the committee's portfolio, there will be some, as a result of this, there will be some changes to the structure that will require council to look at, or council to approve an amendment to policy IWC 17, but that'll come at a future date. Councillor Runge.
I'm just not sure, you were just flying through all this. Is it possible that we missed North Cariboo Joint Advisory Committee?
Yes, it is entirely possible.
Did we cover that?
Did we miss that one?
Thank you. Yes, we did. We were just going to bring that to your attention.
Well, I was just testing staff on that one, and you passed with flying colors. Thank you. So with the North Cariboo Joint Advisory Committee, we'd like to appoint, or I'd like to appoint Councillor Roodenburg as the co-chair. Moved by Councillor Runge, seconded by Councillor Goulet. Discussion. In favor, opposed, carried. Thank you for that. That concludes the committee appointments. The next item, and I'll turn to our staff for this one, is a letter from the Tsilhqot'in National Government dated October 20.
Thank you. Item F1, correspondence. Apologies. October 20th, 2022, a congratulatory letter from the Tsilhqot'in National Government congratulating Mayor and Council on their new roles. The Tsilhqot'in Nation seeks to maintain a strong and meaningful connection with municipal government and looks forward to working with Mayor and Council in the future. Item F2 under correspondence, October 22nd, 2022, letter from MLA, Cariboo-North, Coralee. This letter is going to be addressed by a speaker when council moves into messages from the gallery.
Thank you. So Jackie, if you could come forward and deliver MLA Oakes's letter on her behalf.
Absolutely. I just have to adjust things. I'm a little shorter than Bryant back there, so. MLA Coralee Oakes couldn't be here tonight because the House is in session and she's in Victoria, but she wanted me to pass on her congratulations. Dear Mayor Paull, Councillor Elliott, Councillor Goulet, Councillor McKelvie, Councillor Roodenburg, Councillor Runge, and Councillor Vick. It gives me great pleasure to write this letter of congratulations to you as the elected mayor and council for the city of Quesnel. My sincere gratitude goes out to all of you for your dedication and service that you offer to your community. And I look forward to working together, and please feel free to reach out to my office at any time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Okay, the next, I guess the last item on our agenda before we adjourn is an opportunity for messages or comments from the gallery, and the process is that if you're going to come up to the mic, we just simply need you to say your name and where you live, and the microphone is yours. Come on up.
Hello, my name is Terrence Paull. I'm from the NASCO First Nations. We are situated just behind here in the old City Hall. And NASCO would like to express the congratulations to Ron Paull and the new coming councillors and remaining councillors. And we look forward to sitting down with the newly appointed Roodenburg in Indigenous Relations. And hopefully that we can carry forward the areas of the governments have introduced towards United Nations Declarations of Indigenous Peoples and the British Columbia Declaration Act. And hopefully that we can all start looking at trying to establish policies that have never existed before, and establish new realizations in how we establish relationships. So from NASCO, thank you and congratulations to all of you.
Yes, thank you, and we hope to see you out at NASCO on, I think, November the 9th for the opening of your housing project. So
yeah,
we're
okay.
Looking forward to that.
And Leah sends her condolences. She couldn't be here tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
Any other messages from the gallery? So hearing none, I will call for a motion of adjournment. Councillor Elliott, Councillor Runge, discussion. In favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and feel free to sit around and visit. We're not getting into a tea party or anything fancy, but certainly we're going to be here to meet with you over the next few minutes, however long it takes.